Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the One Thing About Us podcast. I'm Justin, and I'm joined with...
The bodacious Bob Alex. Bodacious Bob... It's Alex.
the bodacious Bob Alex.
So how's everyone doing today? We're here after another week. We're feeling good. How you feeling, Justin?
Tired.
Me too.
I thought we just said we were feeling good. Though.
We're not feeling great. But that's probably that probably needs to change. But you know, we're living life on the edge.
We're trying.
We're trying.
You know,
but it's been a good week.
Battling to funky moods, depression.
It happens. But you know what? As I think everyone knows, is always look to the light. Whether it be friends or family. Or you know what? Friends that have become family.
Yeah.
So
speaking of which, today's episode is a special episode because it is my co-host's birthday. Happy birthday, Alex.
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
have turned 25 years old.
Okay, 31.
How dare you?
Let's not get too crazy.
I am 31 years young, yes. I am 31 and I am...
You know, this is your official last year of your age being on a calendar.
How dare you? My sister yesterday said I'm an old man. So.
Well, sometimes you sound like one.
I do not. Examples.
A flight of stairs.
Listen, those flight of stairs are out to kill you. I don't care.
You got there. Woof.
I'll never forget one time I walked up.
Sitting down for too long. Getting up.
How dare you? I walked up the Ponce Inlet Lighthouse once years ago, and I couldn't walk for like 4 days.
I was told I should take you there and record you climbing up the stairs.
I will not do it. I've done it. I'm not doing it again.
You have to. I've never experienced this. You don't want to experience, so you wouldn't go experience that with me.
Why would you want to do that? They make me nervous.
Because apparently the view from the top is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
So why not?
Go on my Facebook and look up a picture of me. On my wife's Facebook, you'll see a picture of me up there.
I want to see.
I'm nervous.
I want to go up there myself and view the world.
Going down, my legs literally killed me for 3 straight. Not even 3 days. I think it was more than that. Like a week getting out of my car was a challenge. But of course, as you'd say, getting out of my car now is a challenge. I tried to do it smooth one time, hit my head.
Yeah. Kadunk. You're trying to get in, not trying to get out.
But, yep, it's my birthday. Another day, another dollar.
Well, you're off, so. You don't get anything today.
That's true. So, other than today being a special day, you know what? I have a story. So I am known to say or do stupid things to get reactions from people. And not too long ago, I said something to Justin, and he said, "Suck my big toe," and such. So I had another experience like that the other day with a different person, my wife. So I had to wake her up, and I, for some reason, thought to take the blanket off her, and she said it's cold. So I just ripped it off, like a Band-Aid, like how you're supposed to do. And she says, "You do that again, I will jam a fork into your dick." How does one respond to that?
You crazy. You crazy girl.
Crazy girl. That scared the shit out of me. Because now I'm afraid I've hidden the forks for like 2 straight days. Because I'm not doing it. Even the plastic forks.
Well, I did that one time I was with someone and they were sleeping. I was trying to wake them up for me to leave. I yanked the cover off of them, but I didn't get a weird reaction. I just got like a slow turn and kind of like a look.
Well, I don't know. I scared the shit out of her because I did it. But it was funny because I laughed. I had to laugh about 15 minutes for it. But you know what? There's a lot of cool things happening in the world, and that's a good segue.
What cool things are happening in the world? Gas prices are all-time high. Inflation's at an all-time high.
Well, damn. I wasn't talking about inflation. It's a good time to be a nerd. I got my buddy. We had a great meal. I got a new pair of D&D dice, which are very nice, and it's just
some hefty bitches.
They hefty, and I like it. But I just I can't find a reason to be unhappy right now.
That's good.
My nerddom is going crazy. I'm watching. We were watching. What are we watching now? 1883.
Mm-hmm.
And Taylor. You need a break, man.
Yeah, this dude's got like 6 TV shows he's doing.
Me and Justin are looking them up, and we're seeing like 8, 9, 10 projects on the horizon. Just take a break and I would say work out, but you already do that.
Yeah, he's jacked. So I'm like, between working out, all these TV shows he's writing, because like I said, every TV show we watch, like every episode, it says written by Taylor, like no one else.
Yes.
I'm assuming he's still doing movies because he's responsible for Hella High Water and like Sicario, stuff like that. He's done all those.
Excellent films.
And he runs a ranch in Texas with his wife. So like, I don't understand how he
doesn't he own the 4 6s?
Well, him in a group.
Oh, but still.
But he owns like his own little personal ranch.
But my God, looking at your arms, what do you? I remember when you were on Sons of Anarchy, they used to call you Captain America. But my God, man, you ride a horse like a champion. And then I looked up a picture of Tim McGraw, and he looks the same way. I was like, listen here, you old bitches.
Well, Tim McGraw's not as jacked, but Tim McGraw's shredded.
McGraw is I saw a picture, nothing but veins.
He's shredded, but Taylor's got the size.
Which I'm going to tell you right now, watching 1883, Chef's Kiss. 2 episodes in, Sam Elliott, you blow it out of the park.
Yeah, Sam's
knock it out of the park. And then Tim McGraw, I didn't have much faith in you. Because I've only seen him in 2 movies.
Well, he's always got a faith with him.
Not in the 2 movies
His wife?
that we saw.
Faith Hill? Get it? Yeah.
Yes. It was Friday Night Lights, in which I don't know what I'm saying. He actually did a good performance in that one.
The Blind Side.
I didn't see The Blind Side. And then their Kingdom, but he was only in it for like a few minutes. But the scene which he was in was emotional, so I don't know why I just said he just won me over when I'm just praising him for another performance. Maybe I just haven't liked his music as much.
Probably not like his music.
I'm not a big country music fan.
I'm an Indian outlaw.
Because
half Cherokee and Choctaw.
The only really one I like is Johnny Cash, but even then it's like a few songs.
I hurt myself.
Yes.
Today.
But then I'm not also gonna lie. I do love.
That's not even his song.
No, it's not. But he put his twist on it.
Yes, he did.
And I think it's Brad Paisley. You'll never leave Harlan alive.
You'll never leave Harlan alive.
When the sun goes up. But that's because of Justified, which they're bringing that back. So
Kentucky.
All's right with the world.
Yeah. You can't forget Billy Bob Thornton in the last episode.
Billy Bob, you want to see a true killer? That's me.
Is there anyone fancies themselves a gunslinger?
And then Tom Hanks too.
There's only one killer in I can't remember that Fort Worth. There's only one gun. Something in Fort Worth, and there's only one killer in Fort Worth, and that's me.
And then Tom Hanks, just in the beginning, just sitting down, nothing to it, but his acting was still.
It's Tom
amazing.
Hanks.
Tom Hanks, man.
It's Tom Hanks.
But it's just, oh my gosh, it's a good show. One of the main characters gets on Justin's nerves.
Yeah, it's just because Elsa, her voice for some reason just irks me.
She pronounces certain words weird.
And then it's just, we were free. We weren't free no more. I'm like, we still.
She's watching this couple fuck.
Technically, yeah, she's like, I never knew what. Watching them from a window like a creep. I never knew what sex was.
In this day and age, she'd get a charge.
I know what sex is now. It's like, you still don't. She almost found out.
She did, but thank God.
Rape.
Tim McGraw was there to.
Anyone else want to fuck with my family?
Even though they were just going out in there and seeing what was going on.
Because they heard a gunshot.
He's just over there pointing that gun like he would have shot those guys if they would.
But she just doesn't listen.
No.
Like he said, stay in camp, don't wander, watch your brother. As soon as she's like, okay, Daddy. He's like, I mean it. Okay. As soon as he left,
yeah, she did.
She didn't listen to her. As soon as she left her brother. She wandered. She didn't stay in camp. As soon as, literally, he left 2 seconds and she's already gone. I mean, it's not that hard.
That kid, we don't know where that boy's at.
Well, we saw the son later on.
But at that point,
who knows where he's at?
But I'd suggest anyone loves a good Western to watch that show because so far, it's good.
Yellowstone.
Well,
Yellowstone's set in modern times. It's still Western.
Yellowstone is, makes working on a ranch. You would think nothing but bloodshed and bullets. the way they try to take that land. But we're caught up on it now, and it's weird. Because used to, you come home after work, you watch Yellowstone, watch John Dutton smash a glass, or Whip Wheeler beat the shit out of somebody, or Beth
just
shamelessly
emotionally
damage people. Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
And it's just, but the acting is so good. And I like to read a lot of reviews for that. A lot of people think it's too melodramatic. I was like, it's a television show. Like, you're going up there expecting hardcore realism. Like, it's a show.
I'm guilty.
You are, yes. Anytime you watch he holding that gun bad.
Yeah.
His grip is horrible.
Yeah.
Mind you, if you watch real grips of weaponry, they are atrocious. But, I mean, you don't complain. There's no really complaints you have about Yellowstone. I don't think I've heard you complain once about it. I don't think you like Jimmy. No, it's not Jimmy. Who don't you like?
I'm not a big fan of Jimmy, but he's grown.
Well, he's a cowboy now. But he said to him, go to the 4-6s. Said either you're going to be a cowboy or you just ain't made for the game. And I think he did exactly that. Jacked off a horse. Became a man.
He did. He did.
But the women he pulls are dynamite.
Yeah.
And I don't get it. Because he just looks like one step away from an overdue. Because he's a lanky dude, and he looks funny. But
they like that.
That Mia chick was... and I don't know the other girl's
Emily.
name. Emily. Actually, I think Mia looks better, but I like Emily's
I
personality.
think Emily looks
more.
better. This new one, I think she looks better.
I love her personality. Because Mia's trying to get him to break promises, break oaths to the man who basically gave him everything.
Yeah. See, I don't want you to go, but I'll get... Or she's like, wait, if you tell me to wait for me... As soon as she said... He didn't even give her time to finish what he said. Wait for me. And, like...
But that Emily, she packs a punch to her. She ain't afraid to get dirty.
She didn't have a scratch on her, but that Mia was looking a little wear for tear.
Yeah, she was.
Because she slapped Jimmy. Emily's like, nah,
She
girl.
didn't slap him. She full on punched him.
That's true. But
she rolled up on him and hit
Emily's
him.
like, nah, not my man.
It's either that or Lloyd, just one dude running at him, just knocking him out. Just punching him right in the face. That dude went down. But, of course, Lloyd's anger was nowhere.
It wasn't just
It was threat level midnight.
In the words of Alfie Solomons, that your anger is unfucking justified.
True.
Speaking of acting, that scene.
Yes, but I've not seen Peaky Blinders yet. I have just started Ozark.
I still gotta watch season 3.
I thought you said we're watching season 3.
I went to go watch the first episode of season 3, and then they did like a recap of like season 1 and 2, and I didn't remember a lot of the shit. I'm like, I don't remember when any of this happened. I didn't know it happened, so I probably need to rewatch seasons 1 and 2 before I watch season 3.
No.
But they're about to release the last season, so I'm probably
It's all out.
It's completely finished.
Yeah,
I'll probably start going back and rewatch it.
It's done.
I'll probably need to finish Sopranos before I do that.
Yeah.
I've got one episode that I've been on for like 3 weeks.
What is that, season 5?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's the one where Junior's like lost his mind. Like he's not in the house and they can't find him, but he's like walking up to a church. I need to talk to Soprano. Johnny Soprano.
Boy.
And like, Johnny ain't owned this place in years.
But we also, today we saw the Mission Impossible.
The new Mission Impossible trailer. I didn't see the movie.
And I'm going to tell you right now, Tom, how much more you got in you?
Yeah.
Because what is this, number 7?
Yeah. One thing about Tom Cruise, though, he gonna run.
I don't think I ever liked him as a person, but his movies are amazing.
The new Thor trailer releases this week. I think it releases tomorrow.
Today.
Thor?
I saw someone said Monday, because I thought to myself,
I haven't seen anything on it, though.
Well, we're supposed to see Gore the God Butcher. That's all I know.
I haven't seen anything on that, so I figure if it was out, I would have already seen it.
Well, someone said that's supposed to be only an hour and 55 minutes. So what do you think about that? Marvel Fair, I'm used to 2 hours and something. I was expecting Doctor Strange to be 2 hours and 50 minutes.
The new... Right here it says 2 hours, 13 minutes.
Thor?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know about all that. Well, we did see.
What do you mean you don't know about all that?
I read a thing said it was going to be an hour and 55 minutes.
Well, just because you read it don't mean it's true.
Well, just because you read that don't mean it's true.
But what's the official thing?
We have to argue at least once.
It says
So we
official.
do that. Official is not there yet.
Mm-hmm. It says it on Wikipedia.
I'm going to tell you something.
It says it on Wikipedia. You know Wikipedia is gold. It's God for you.
I do love Wikipedia.
If it's on Wikipedia, it's got to be true.
No, I didn't say it's got to be true. I go to Wikipedia for the brunt of my information, which Justin always tells me not to. But I was gonna do what I was gonna do. But yeah, that Mission Impossible trailer looked good. I'm seeing a character from the first movie I haven't seen that has only. That's me rewinding. I saw a character that hasn't been in the series since the first movie. So they're going back. And it's only a part 1. So that means we got a part 2.
Oh, it is coming out today, but it's coming out during the NBA playoffs.
So tonight.
Yeah. Tonight the music seems
So loud. But yeah, I mean, that's coming out. Mission Impossible came out. There's so many good movies coming out this year and next year. I can't even fathom it. But we did see Doctor Strange. And how did you like that film?
I'm seeing 2 different numbers. I'm seeing an hour and 55 minutes, and I'm seeing 2 hours and 13 minutes.
We're still on Thor, apparently.
Well, I was just trying to figure it out. Doctor Strange was good.
Would you consider it top tier Marvel, or like
Yeah.
it was okay?
It was good.
Because a lot of people said it wasn't that great.
Well, they had super high expectations. Like, they were expecting to see Tom Cruise and all that shit like that.
I was actually hoping to see Tom Cruise, but well,
It would have been cool, but, like, my expectations weren't, like, through the moon like some people.
we saw the Illuminati.
Yes.
Spoilers.
Spaghetti.
Whew. Lose yourself in the music, the moment.
Won't never let it go. You only got one shot.
One shot. Do not miss your chance.
What did you think about that creepy audio we listened to? Oh. I want to go home.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just let me warm.
Sometimes you just watch that stuff that just creeps you the fuck out. And
We're watching an overnight video, and they do like ghost huntings, and like one dude was like trying to get possessed. Like he had like demon people, all this. Like it was crazy.
That's where I draw the line. But
there was an audio that apparently he didn't know about. Like he don't recall it. They didn't find the audio until 2 months after.
Seriously?
Yeah. So they're saying like when
It's
they're going back and editing. No, they recorded it earlier this year.
Okay.
Because they record a bunch and then they edit and they release. Mm. And they 2 months. Yeah, and he's talking to something, but and you can kind of hears like it sounds like he's changing. Like one sounds more authoritarian, and the other one's like, "Meow." He's like, fine, yeah, and then the other one's like, I just want to go home. Just let me go home. I'm like, all right, man.
I'm going home.
Just hold on.
But that show is just that overnight.
Going home. I'm currently in the middle of watching Zach Bagans' Ghost Adventures Quarantine, where they did it at his museum. Mm-hmm. The 3-part series. I can't remember.
Well, they got a new one, House Calls.
I'm in the middle of watching that one. And I'm also watching the Ghost Hunters at the Missouri State Penitentiary. Mm. That's apparently one of the most haunted because they found some hidden
bones.
No, cells. They were like underground. Like they were like renovating. They were renovating and they found them.
We got
and ever since then, the activity has been a lot higher, more violent activity. There's been reports of people seeing mimic guards. Like they thought, like they'll see a security guard like that works there, but then the dude won't even be there that day. But like they'll see him like it's clear day.
I thought your day off was today, Tom.
Hi, it was.
The one that I watched the other day actually was Zach Bagans. Not Zach Bagans. It was like Ghost Adventures. It was House Calls.
Ghost Adventures is Zach Bagans.
Yeah, but it's not. It wasn't called Zach. It's called Ghost Adventures House Calls. He went to this house where this guy was having this.
But it's Zach Bagans. Because he's got like 5 million TV shows. I'm like, calm down.
House Calls. Yeah, you and Taylor. But they're making money, so who are we to judge?
You know what? I'd do the same thing.
But
so if anyone wants to hit us up for a TV deal.
We're photogenic.
About our life. or we could play parts. We're funny.
Mm-hmm.
We can. Well, having us go around and do ghost huntings, I tell you, you're gonna get a lot of views.
Justin won't have to read from cue cards, but I will.
Yeah, I'll remember, but we're gonna get a lot of views.
Yeah.
Because we're hilarious.
Yes. But I saw this one we were watching was he was doing like a house call thing. What?
I was just thinking, you're gonna see a lot of fat people running, a lot of fat people breathing heavily.
It's gonna be heavy. Yes. I'll fucking walk 2 feet and I'll be like,
oh, just take me now.
Take me now, demon. But no.
All right, house calls.
All right, so this guy's house was, haunted, and apparently, when you go in the backyard, it feels like nothing but dark energy. Well, come to find out, they were trying to put a pool in, and they dug out this World War II bomb shelter. And as soon as they did that, it was unleashed, I guess, a bunch of dark energy, and apparently they see this phantom soldier, pacing the backyard. But he said even in daylight, you stand in that backyard, it feels like complete darkness. And I was like, that's kind of creepy.
It's kind of cool. But that's what they said that. I was reading one of the comments from that Corbin that's actually at the Queen Mary with him. He was saying that, he said, you always feel like you're being watched. I always feel
I couldn't do it.
Somebody's watching me.
I could not do it.
You wouldn't say it. You wouldn't stay in room B340?
I won't stay in any room. I ain't sleeping. If we do a ghost trip, I ain't sleeping. There is no way I'm sleeping.
I don't believe that.
I don't think I could.
If you sit down long enough, you'll sleep.
Listen here, buddy. That's true, but I'll be too on edge. I don't know. I'll be too on edge.
I'll just sit there, be here. Alex, sit here, relax. Here's a glass of milk.
Yeah, but you better not leave me.
Yeah.
Because I'll wake up, you're gone, and I'm just going to start panicking.
I'll leave when you're awake.
Oh, you bastard. I'm
going to try to get directly above you and start stomping on the floor.
When we used to stay at my great-grandmother's, yeah. When we used to stay at my great-grandmother's, she lived literally in the middle of nowhere. And you'd sleep in this room and the window would be open and there's this little shack. And it's just you stare in the shack, it's just nothing but pure darkness. It creeped me out.
Don't stare at it.
I couldn't. You were entrenched and, and I could never, she had her shower was in the basement.
That's weird.
Yeah. And I would never go down there alone. Anytime I take a shower, I told my mom, you're coming with me. Not, I'd have her sit out there, but I'd be taking a shower. I'd be like, you still in here? And every time she'd be like, yes. I would not go down there by myself.
I'd leave you. You'd open the door, I'd just be gone.
I couldn't do it.
Or I'd get creepy and just start getting real close to the door, scratching it.
Yeah, thanks. You would have been great for my nightmares.
Totally.
But, I don't know. My grandparents, when they used to visit there, they'd sleep down there. I was like, I couldn't do that. Because
How old were they?
When they went there?
Mm-hmm.
They were older. 50s.
They've seen some shit. They're probably all right, whatever.
My grandfather, he had creepiest story he ever told me. He said one night they had their front door where they went into, and then they had a basement, and they had snow boots that they put down there. And he told me one night he dreamt that he went there and he literally sat and was putting his snow boots on, but as he was looking down, somebody just walked up to him and walked past him, and then he woke up. He woke up sitting at the steps, looking into that, and it was the creepiest story I ever told. He said he don't know if it was real or if he sleepwalked, but he thinks he sleepwalked.
Well, obviously, 'cause that's the easier, digestible story.
He just said he woke up and stared nothing but darkness, but he said he felt like there's somebody walking. He don't know who it was, or who anything it is.
My mom told me that she saw, they were standing in my grandma, I think, maybe aunt, I don't know, their house when she was still married to my dad. And I don't know if they were married at the time, but sleeping there, and I don't know if she had died in the house or whatever like that. But mom said she had trouble sleeping all night. She couldn't sleep. And finally she got to feeling like someone was watching her. Mm-hmm. And somehow she woke up, and just standing at the edge of the bed, staring directly at her, was the grandma, and I don't know, whatever she was, and just standing there staring directly at her. And she was like, Anthony. But my dad's like, I just didn't wake up. My grandma said that she saw one time. There was a, I don't know if it was a family friend or whatever like that. She had like real long, like beautiful hair. Um, and this is back in the olden days where you had like the water pump. You had to go out
Oh yeah.
and do that like that because she's ancient. Born in the 1920s. Not really. I think she was born in the 50s, but still. Said that she had died, but every day she said that even when she was alive, she'd be out there, sitting by the pump, washing her hair, brushing her hair. And she said that sometimes, like during the day, around the time she'd always be out there, even after she was dead, you could look out there, and you would just see her sitting there, brushing her hair. I think I saw one night, but I get a little weird.
Here?
Not here, no. Even if it was here, I wouldn't tell you because you'd never come back.
I'd come back. I just never would sleep here.
You would.
Yeah.
Maybe not overnight, but you'd be sitting there watching a movie.
I'd fall asleep at one point.
You know what? My grandma's house, where my grandma lives, because someone died in that house. Like, it's been legit. Because my mom stayed there with her cousins, like, short, like, and my Aunt Deidre, and I think her cousin Tanya. I can't remember, though. But, they stayed in the house, like, shortly after he died. Like, they stayed in the house. But they didn't have any weird experiences, but they thought he died in the front living room and his front bedroom. So they slept in the rear. They slept in the back living room because there's 2 living rooms. So they slept in the back living room. They slept in the middle of the floor, make a pallet in the middle of the floor because they're like, we're not sleeping up there. That's where he died. We're not doing it. They said the next day their uncle came in and like they saw them all sleep on the floor. And told them, why are y'all sleeping right where he died? It's like they thought they were trying to get sleepy, but they ended up sleeping right where he died, right where he was found. She was like, I felt disgusting. And then there was one time we lived in the hood where there was an old woman that died in the house. She died in the room my dad stayed in. And weird shit would always happen. Like clocks would just randomly fall off the wall. So like that. So now it's a running joke between me and my dad whenever something happens. Like, oh, it's just Thelma. That's not her name. We had no idea what her name was. So we just called her Thelma because it sounded like an old woman's name. So anytime it's just Thelma. Thelma. Oh, that one time when I lived in Deltona. You know what? Before I tell that story, I'm going to tell the story about when I actually thought I saw a ghost because I went all around that.
Yeah.
It was in my grandma's house. And I was little. And I was sitting on the chair, but I was like over the edge of the chair. It's like I was hanging off the chair, had my head like upside down over like that, staring into the kitchen. And I saw like legs and feet. I didn't, because of where I was, I couldn't see like the upper body. But like I saw a lower body, I saw like 2 legs, 2 white shoes or whatever like that. And like khaki pants or whatever like that. I thought it was my grandma. I just kept staring. I'm like, oh. Weird. And so I sat upright and turned around. My grandma's not even in the kitchen. She's sitting at the chair. She's sitting at the table. Just sitting there. I'm just like, have you always?
How fast are you, babe?
I'm like, were you just in the kitchen? She's like, no, honey, I've been here the whole time reading the paper. I'm like,
I don't like it. I don't like this
I
at all.
don't like it. But see, now I'm like, it could have been the blood rushing to my head and I just thought I saw something. Because, I always try to find like a logical explanation for things.
Because you don't believe in all that.
I don't.
But
I believe in like spirits, but I don't necessarily believe in ghosts. There's slight differences. They're like minute differences in like details.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
But I
can't. I've never had an experience like it to prove it. But all this stuff on here, I can't say all this stuff's fake.
But it's like I don't know. I go back and forth on it because then there's like. Because like when you're dead, I think you're just dead. I don't think there's anything else.
No. Let's see.
We will. But like you when you die, your energy just goes. So I'm like, where does the energy go? So stuff like that, I kind of like I go back and forth on. Like maybe there's spirits or not spirits, but like energies or like that, or like a lot of times they'll take pictures like orbs. I'm like, or it might not be an orb.
I actually had, when 2017 when my grandfather passed, and the hospice thing, we were sitting there as it happened, and when he passed away, I never forget. They all left the room, and I couldn't fathom just leaving him in there by himself. But my wife Bree came up to me and she was like, "It's not him. That's just his energy's gone." And for some reason, that gave me a little comfort. Because I didn't know about leaving him, but my uncle told me, tell him goodbye, tell him it's okay to go. And I just got angry, because I was like, well, I don't know.
Like, I don't want him to go.
It was irrational. I wasn't rational.
Because why were you angry? Because you didn't want him to go? You didn't want to say goodbye?
I didn't want him to go, and I felt like he was forcing me to tell him bye. Tell him it's okay.
Well, because some people believe that they can't fully rest until they have that.
I don't know, but that was a rough one.
Because, like, I know someone, I don't know if they're comfortable with me saying their name or not, so I won't go to. But their grandpa was, like, dying or whatever like that, and their mom's dad. And that they said that he held out for them to get there, like the mom, and they spoke to him, and she said she was holding his hand and was like, I love you, it's okay, you can go now. And she said like almost immediately, was like, it's okay, you can go, you can rest, flatlined. Or like my grandma battled, my dad's mom, she battled a lot, she suffered a lot, and that when she went, we were all there. And like I spoke to her on the phone and stuff like that, but I didn't say everything I wanted to say because I was on speakerphone. I didn't want everyone to hear it. So like I was wanting to tell her it was okay, she could leave, but I didn't just because I didn't want people to hear it. But I broke down that day, like at work, bad. Like they sent me home. They also sent me home because I thought I was crazy. Because I went from full-fledged crying, like ugly crying, hysterically crying, to not laughing, just straight face and dry eyes. Wow. In like a matter of seconds. Like the point Dewana and Carmen were like looking at each other, looking at me, looking at each other, like, you can go home for the day.
I'm gonna go.
But also, I'm like, you would think I was okay to drive in that state? But anywho,
I don't know.
The reason I broke down is because it hit me. Like the last time I'm ever going to speak to my grandma was over the phone, and I don't even know, because she wasn't really coherent, so I don't even know if she heard me. But Dad told me later on that day she woke up for a little bit, and they asked her if she said she did. So that gave me a little comfort.
I went to work that night, and I shouldn't have, but I didn't want to just sit at home. But it's just weird. It was just, I felt, I don't know, man. We're getting too emotional. But it's just that moment is.
So the weirdest ghost thing that's ever happened to me. Your weirdest probably thing would be that when you thought the ghost said like nice cock or whatever, nice truck.
Okay, I'll tell you. You tell yours first.
What do you think I was going to say? Because you cut me a look.
I didn't think of what you were. Oh, the bathroom.
Oh, where I saw something in your bathroom?
No. You didn't see anything.
Yeah, I did.
Shut the fuck up.
Prove it.
Yeah, whatever. No, when I was in my
Let's
bathroom.
get a REM pod.
Huh?
Let's get a REM pod.
I'm not getting a REM pod.
I'm going to buy some ghost hunting equipment. I'm going to buy some REM pods, and we're going to do your house.
No, we're not.
One night when we get off work.
Nope.
So it's just us and Iggy.
I'm not.
Well, we can do it on one of Bree's days off if she wants to be there.
I'm not.
And we're gonna ghost hunt your house.
Just
we're gonna set up REM pods.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're not. No ghost equipment is fucking with my house.
Why? Because you want to live in blissful ignorance?
Exactly.
Because you saw a ghost in your parents' backyard.
Yeah.
So that it could wander on over.
That ghost looked like a fucking canoe.
It can mosey on over to your house.
All right. Can you tell your story, and then I'll tell mine.
There's two. One, I heard a woman's voice in my ear, clear as day. I just don't know what she said. It sounded like she said something with a W. So I'm like, wings? Like I don't know.
Wings and sauce.
Said something like spread your wings or something like that. That's what it sounded like, but I wasn't 100% sure. But the worst thing that creeped me out the most was I was laying in bed one night. I don't know what time it was. It's the middle of the night. I just got like a weird feeling. So I just woke up, like feel like someone was looking at me or whatever like that. Because you ever do that? Like you have a weird dream and you wake up and you feel like something's staring at you in your room? Oh, I get that a lot. I've got that here quite a few times.
I'm gone.
In my bedroom, so my mom, you can have fun sleeping in there when you come and visit. If you wake up and something's staring at you, I told you. Or it might be the Ouija board that's in there. I don't know.
I'm getting a hotel.
But we lived in Deltona. Just woke up, felt weird, and I had my back towards the door, so I was facing the wall because that's usually how for some reason, I can sleep on my side, but my back always has to be towards the door. Which technically it's horrible because I can't see anything coming, but I just can't sleep.
You don't need to worry about tactical.
Well, some breaks in. I don't know. But anyway, and then I felt like something starting the edge of my bed, crawling into bed with me. Like I felt like the divots in the bed and like my bed rocking from side to side to the point I was moving. And then it felt like something laid right behind me, like he was trying to cuddle. So that's my dad was like, it was Thelma. But it felt like it was like trying to like lay there. But to the point to where I felt the bed move and my body shifted towards the weight. Like it leaned. And I'm just like, and I could have sworn I felt like a breath on the back of my neck.
You didn't turn, did you?
No, I didn't turn. What I did was I laid there for a little while until I got really, really uncomfortable. And I started spazzing in bed. Like I started swinging my arms and my legs everywhere, like a little kid, like trying to get up, like didn't want to get up for school or whatever. So I started swelling, and then I got under the covers, like tucked myself all the way and pulled the covers all the way over my head, and to make myself feel better, because after I did it, I felt like a bitch. So to make myself feel better, I said, "You do this shit again, I'm gonna fuck you up," and then I just went back to sleep.
One night I got home from work, and I remember my wife being home because her car was there. So I got out of my truck and
I thought it was one day when she was. I thought it was when she was off. Cause I thought it was you're home alone. No, this is another time. Cause I thought you were the only one there that night.
No, she was here because it was the night before me and you had gone somewhere, and then I told you to wait outside till I got in my house. I shit you not. I went and I.
Yeah, cause you're like, don't leave me. You wait till I get inside.
And I got out of my truck and I turned, and all of a sudden I heard nice something, but I think it was nice truck. But for some reason I heard nice cock, nice something, TikTok. And I don't know what the hell.
Because you watch a lot of TikTok.
Yeah.
So that could be why.
And I'm looking over, and I looked, and it was pitch black, and I'm getting like I'm stuck there, like froze there for a minute. I was like, "Thank you."
Well, to be fair, you can't see that well, so there could have been someone you just couldn't see him.
Well, I said something to my parents, and they said the guy lives next, like across from that, could have been him. But I was like, what would he be doing outside at 2:00 in the morning?
Why not?
He is retired. But I said thank you, and I ran into my house. I like literally booked into my house. And then I was like, I went outside and I said, telling my wife this, and I was like, should I let the dog outside? She's like, why are you letting the dog outside if someone's yelling? And I was like, he's got to pee.
He's going to alert you if someone's there.
And then one time, he's gotten into it with a possum. They'll have a standoff. A few times, him and a possum have had a standoff. Because he'll shift toward him and he'll move back. He'll shift toward him and move back. And the whole time, possum's like...
I was like, I don't know if I want to do this.
I was like, I got to grab him, but I don't know if I should grab him because I don't know if the possum won't come at you. But that possum was ready to bow up if Iggy would have went and popped at him. He's like, he was, like a bunch of kaijus going at each other. But I was in my bathroom brushing my teeth or doing something, and I swear to God, something walked past the door. And I thought to myself, nah, bitch.
Would you watching a lot of ghost videos?
No.
Oh, I was say because you could just.
Because I will not watch ghost videos at night by myself.
Yeah, I thought you were there the night. A while back, because you texted me like I had to cut off. I started getting too creeped out.
Oh, when I started watching Ghost Adventures. Yeah, because I got discovered.
It was overnight video. I thought it was like the overnight when they were at like one of the castles.
Hellfire Club. Hellfire.
Yes.
Yeah, something happened. And I was like looking at Iggy because he was sitting at the where the couch where you sit because it's like the bathroom. We made eye contact because I'm looking at him thinking, did you see that? But his look is like, did you see that? And I'm like, yeah. So now anytime I'm in the bathroom, door is shut. The door is shut. I do not have that door open.
Never.
Nope. I could be in there changing put toilet paper in there. I'll shut the door.
I've seen you do that before and you left the door open.
Yeah, you were there.
Oh. Fair.
But yeah, no, I can't do it.
I can't wait till we start ghost hunting and I leave you places by yourself.
Yeah, I bet.
With like a spirit box.
It's like Aaron from Ghost Adventures. They left him in the shower where a guy was like raped to death, and he felt something tugging at his pants. I'm like, no.
He just wants to party.
No. My old supervisor, Angel. My old supervisor, who must not be named. Huh?
We apologize for. It's not our friend Angel. It's another Angel. It's not the friend Angel that said he was going to beat my ass, but it didn't do anything.
Yeah, we told him jump.
I walked in, I said, jump, motherfucker. And he sat there and laughed.
But of course I exaggerated what he said.
Yeah. I know, he told me. He did say he was going to kick my ass or something like
He
that.
said he was going to kick your ass, but I walked out and said, he said he was going to beat the fuck out of you when he saw you. He was going to beat the
Because he told me you were like, he's outside right now. Let's go.
Yeah. I was like, I'm busy. He said he used to do like security at this old abandoned hospital or something, which I would never do. And
What if they paid you $80 an hour?
Huh?
What if they paid you $80 an hour?
I'll tell you right now. I'll tell him I did the checks, but I won't do them.
What if you could have someone with you?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Who would you pick?
Who would I pick?
Mm-hmm.
Not you, because you're going to leave me.
That much money, you wouldn't pick me?
Yeah, but you're going to leave me. And I'll be like, turn around the corner like you're going to take a piss. All of a sudden, you'll be gone. Oh, is it a hot piss? I'm the one who says that. No, but...
That's rude. I'll pick you.
I know, but you're too weird with shit. Because you'll do stuff intentionally to scare
You would
me.
hear me leave.
My anxiety would be all over the place.
You would hear me walk away.
How?
You can't hear me walking?
Sometimes not. Hey, you're the one that says you're light on your feet.
Jalen said to me the other day, I said that I'd left the office. And then I came back in, no one knew I was in there. I was just sitting behind her, like underneath the TV, I was just sitting there. Mm-hmm. And she would turn around and go get up, and I was just standing there and scared her. She's like, when did you? I'm like, I've been in here for a while. And she's like, I almost said something, so I didn't want to be rude. I didn't want to offend you. I'm like, unless you mention my mom, you're okay.
Yeah.
And then she was
you
like,
never mentioned it.
She was like, you're too big to be that quiet. I'm like, yeah, I've heard that before.
But he said he used to walk through this hospital, and they used to have their mic, their walkie-talkies, and every time they'd walk through this certain area, you'd feel a pull, and he'd just sit there, say like
Spiritus Sanctus.
I guess the Hail Marys and the Lord's Prayer, and walk out. But I was like, I couldn't do that.
Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
Yep. But I don't think he was Catholic, so I don't know. But he just walked right out.
I'm not Catholic, but I'll still.
Hey, Moses in Paches.
What?
I don't know. I tried to do the Assassin's Creed thing.
Rescue Whiskey that in Pache?
Yep, that's it. But I couldn't do it.
You had my back the other day on that when I said that. Eric was like, I don't think you said it right. You're like, no, you said it right.
Yeah. Well, Eric was trying to call you out. I was like, I wasn't having none of that.
You know what happened to Alaska? You know what happened? You see you with your big beard. You know what happens to people with big beard? You see John Wick?
Yeah. That happened to Tate Fletcher, or as we call him, unnamed guard number 2.
I would never do that to Eric. Alex, on the other hand, man, we might.
I would not.
Alex has a thing against Eric.
I don't.
He wants to slap him all the time.
Well, if I'm high on coke, then yes, I'll slap him. But assuming is I don't really actually plan on doing coke, let me preface that.
I just think it's funny that you would choose to go, because you would go for like the biggest one. Because Eric's like the biggest one out of all of us. Because he's broad.
Yeah.
And you're going to go for the biggest one. Why wouldn't you go for me?
Because your Instagram says martial arts training since 3 years old or something, for 22-something years.
It says for a while, yeah.
And I'm like, I know how to get you.
But I haven't done it in a long time, so you'd be safe.
I'll just tickle the shit out of you.
I haven't trained in like...
Yeah, but...
7 years?
That one day you were ready to take my legs, I was ready to slap the shit out of you because you were going to take me down to that concrete.
Oh, it
I
worked?
said I wasn't going to do that.
Because you said I couldn't, so I'm like, oh yeah.
Because you're looking at me crazy.
And you're like, do it. Do it.
And we were in front of people.
And we took our stuff off.
And I didn't want to look like a bitch, but then as soon as we walked away, I looked him straight in the eyes and said, bitch, you better not have fucking been real.
Yeah, you said I got a crazy look in my eye.
Yeah, and I'm like, ain't working.
Who had a crazier look in their eye? Me that night, about to take you down, or Jermaine, I'm going to pick that motherfucker up. I'm going to pick that big motherfucker up.
And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, no. Because he got too crazy with it. He'd like walk by me, I'm going to pick you up.
He'd size you up, walk around you, I'm going to pick
and
that
I'm like,
motherfucker
stop doing that. I'd be like covering myself. I'm like, I don't like this. He like sitting there picking up. And I'm like, nah. We should never have said anything. Because the other day, we had mentioned him. And the other day, he was right by the EPJs. And all of a sudden, he's like, I'm still going to pick you up. And I'm like, no. Where did you come from? And I started walking faster. I was like, no, get away from me.
We have some topics if you want to hit some topics.
Let's hit some topics.
Okay. Andrew and Perla submitted some topics.
Took them long enough.
Yeah, they messaged, they DM'd us on, so you can DM us on our medias and we'll get it. They DM'd us on Facebook and on the podcast page. And I got it. So, we're going to start with Perla's first. Favorite art style? I like abstract art.
I don't.
You don't?
I don't know. I can see where people think it's cool, but I'm just not really. I don't know really what I like. I mean, like,
I love Bob Ross. Like, I want some original Bob Rosses.
I do too. You were ready to fight for Bob Ross the other night.
Because you're being dumb.
I do love Bob Ross, but
You were insulting that man.
well, you went in on Danny DeVito so many times. It's not even easy. It's not even good enough to count. But he was taking his jacket off, his fucking watch off. I'm gonna die for Bob. Beat the devil out of the paint. I don't know his paintings.
Beat
I
the
like.
little devil out of it.
Yeah,
There's no such thing as a mistake, just happy little accidents.
but like abstract. Yeah.
I just like abstract. I don't know why.
Perla can paint.
Yes, she can.
Perla can draw. Which
Because she showed me a cat. I think she did. I think it was a cat.
I'm waiting for my my art. Perla, please. I'm in back order.
I don't have. You getting art?
I asked her for something.
So I'm not. So I can't get. So I can't get my tamales, or I don't get no art.
Tamales.
Perla.
I'm gonna shrug the tamales up to a loss.
Yeah, but the art. That's how she can repay us.
Well,
No tamales.
I asked her. I gave her. It was a weird one too.
That's probably why you ain't got it yet.
No, she'll do it, but she said she's got other stuff she's got to do. But
What is it?
Huh?
What is it?
I don't want to tell anybody.
What is it?
Like I want to get it and post it on our page.
On podcast page?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I just think it'll be fun.
We can because it's our podcast.
But it's gonna be weird.
Speaking of which, I have the paper with all the logins on it. You just keep forgetting to ask for it, and I keep forgetting to give it to you.
But yeah, it's a weird one. You're gonna laugh when you see it. But I'd say more. I don't know, like comic book art. Would that be considered something like
Anything's art.
like how Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse? Like I love that.
Because technically,
Like that cartoon.
like
art to it.
boxing is art.
Well, no, but you know what she means
It's an
by
art form.
art. She don't mean
I know,
that.
but
She
like,
means
I like abstract. Bob Ross, Johnny Depp's really good.
yes, so I've heard.
Um,
Rob Zombie.
I've not seen anything from
He's
Zombie.
actually an excellent, very good
Jim
artist.
Carrey. His stuff's a little out there sometimes.
Well, he's a little out there.
That is true.
That interviewer, he's like, "Are we even real?" I was like, "I don't know.
I don't know.
You're a funny man." And then you know,
Andrew's got another one. This one's from Andrew, saying, "What would you do on your last day of work?" For legal reasons, I'm not going to answer.
yeah, no, that's best left on. I wouldn't want to do anything to burn a bridge though, because what if we have to go back? Mind you, I'd rather not.
I would do it, but let's just say I know a way to make things look like they came from other people.
All right.
I do.
Yeah.
The big person in charge. I'm like, why'd you delete this? I don't know. Yeah, but that's all joke hearsay. LOL. JK,
Funny.
wink, wink. For legal reasons, I can't answer that question.
Which Andrew, we miss you.
I do have a hit list.
We miss seeing your face every night, buddy.
Not like I'm not gonna kill him, but
No,
like
no, we know.
I'm gonna walk up and like insult him.
You wearing those $2 pants at a $5 store. But yeah, we miss you, Andrew.
You 2x4 looking bitch.
How dare you? You're saying I look like wood?
A piece of plywood's heavier than you.
Well, Matt, that would work for him. Because picked him up and all right, what do we got?
This is another. I really like this one. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna save this one. I'm gonna save that one for last. It's also from Andrew, but Andrew's got another one that says "End of the world." I don't know what he means by that. What would we do in the end of the world?
I think so.
Because I would whatever I wanted.
Oh yeah, there's nothing. Like
There's nothing.
My bucket list would be like done in a day.
Well, no, because I can't travel.
That's true.
I couldn't go like to Iceland and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, I mean,
But no, if it's like zombies, I'd have the time of my life.
slashing and slashing and slashing.
Bashing
Was there
their
a
faces.
meteor coming for the world, like an Armageddon?
Well, then
scenario?
there's nothing we can do.
I don't know.
Rape.
No, no. I would tell.
Nickname me Bill Cosby, motherfucker. Bill Cosby and R. Kelly, I'm gonna start raping and pissing.
Like you're not.
You're right, I'm not.
Is there something in your drink?
Pudding.
Does that smell like something? Oh, that's just chloroform.
Pudding pop. Put the pop in the freezer.
Chocolate pudding.
All right, another one Andrew had. I like this question. Who would win in a fight? Pennywise or Freddy Krueger? Yeah.
Oh fuck, man.
Yeah. I like that one.
For some reason, I lean towards Pennywise. I don't know why.
I would, because Pennywise can get humongous.
But that don't matter.
But then again, Pennywise.
World,
But would it be in the dream world or be in the natural world? Because I don't think Pennywise dreams.
Because in the natural world, he'd fuck Freddy up.
Because Pennywise can't dream, can he? But can he enter people's dreams? I think he can.
I don't know. He can make people go crazy. Because.
But another thing too is Pennywise feeds on fear, so I don't think Freddy Krueger would be scared of him.
Yeah, but Freddy bases his on fear too. He gets his power from fear.
Yeah, so they're not going to be scared of each other. So
it's just going to be like him and Jason, a brawl. I think in a brawl, Pennywise would win because he can transform. Plus, his true form's like a humanoid spider. So yeah, I'd say Pennywise.
It's Freddy Krueger would just be like, so anyway, I started slashing.
Yeah, and then Pennywise like, then I stomped you. Pennywise is supposedly like he's not even he's like an ethereal being from, you know who his main aunt is. If you read into it a little bit, which I've read it, I need to finish it.
I was going to be like
his main adversary is a giant turtle.
Turk.
No, Turk's a terrapin.
He's still a turtle.
Yeah, but is a turtle like Martunin or something, and like he's the only thing that can defeat him, but he's dead or something like that. I don't know. It was weird because it's like a turtle with a world on its back.
Well, that's what happens when you write a book when you're like high on cocaine all the time.
Yeah, but he knows how to make a universe. He's still talented.
Yes.
But he is hella good with.
Because what is it? Cujo? He don't even remember writing Cujo.
Well, it's like, oh. So anyway, I started roughing. I remember watching Cujo. Cujo scarred me when I was younger, so I was terrified of that stupid dog. But then now I watch it, I'm like, wow. I used to be terrified of Chucky, the doll.
God, I don't understand. I'd fuck Chucky up.
But I had this guy who I used to walk by the mall, and there's a Spencer's Gifts, and anytime you walk by it, there was like this Chucky, and I could never look. I was like, Mom, tell me when we're past it. But I'm so stupid.
Yeah, but like Chucky, I'd fuck Chucky up. Like I don't understand. I don't know why. I never understood why a doll like that's scary. Like Annabelle.
Well, Annabelle.
But it's because it's possessed. It's like
by
the
a
things.
demon.
Yeah, it's like Chucky. I'm like, you're just a doll.
Plus, we've never even seen really her move.
No, she's.
Annabelle hasn't moved. She'll just sense it.
I told my mom I'm gonna buy a Raggedy Ann doll for when she comes visit, and when she's sleeping, I'm just gonna put it next to her so she wakes up. There's just a Raggedy Ann doll sitting there.
She'll kill you. She'll hurt you. But they made the doll in the movie significantly creepier than the actual doll. Because if you visit the doll, apparently you have to ask to take pictures of her. Like you have to ask.
There's like Zach Bagans has like 4 haunted dolls at his place,
and they said
he's got one that's like women have fainted like just walking into the room.
Said a guy just took a picture of her, made fun of her, and then he like died in a bicycle accident or something. I was like, I don't know. How about I just not take a picture and just Google pictures of Annabelle online?
But what if you what if you have to ask for permission to Google pictures of her?
Then I'll be like, may I?
Because you didn't.
I've already Googled pictures.
Because you didn't get permission to view those pictures.
Well, I've already done it, so
maybe that's what walked past your bathroom that one night.
Yeah, that motherfucker was tall.
The demons are probably tall.
You know, I don't know what to fucking tell you.
The last one we got, because we still have some other ones, but we got to do research on them. Mm-hmm. But the last one comes from me, and it's just rank the following movies: Logan, Spider-Man: No Way Home, The Batman, the one Robert Pattinson, and The Dark Knight.
You doing this, you bitch? Jesus, man. I'll say The Batman number 1. I'll say The Batman, Logan, No Way Home, and The Dark Knight.
Really?
Yeah.
Heath Ledger would be so upset.
You would. It's still a classic.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a classic film, but there's something.
I'm surprised you put Logan before No Way Home.
Logan was an emotional gut punch.
Yeah.
Plus the bloodshed in that movie, it was on the next level.
Yeah, like where he's towards the end, where he's running through the woods.
Yeah,
and you can hear somebody yell, "It's the Wolverine!"
And then when he's in the beginning,
you just hear that yell.
Yeah, when he's killing those those guys that were trying to steal his rims. I love that scene because he just
He's what?
Such a good. It was such a good movie. And then
Well, she was right. Remember, because in
yes,
the Origins,
the heart in your hands, and then that'll fuck. No, not Origins. Wolverine. That was the Wolverine.
you're right.
Because Origins was atrocious.
Yeah, with Deadpool. Where that deleted scene where he just shoots him. You see that one?
Yeah.
Shoots him out. Just clean up the timeline.
And the second one. And then Ryan Reynolds reading the Green Lantern script. He's like, "You're welcome, Canada." But yeah, no. No Way Home, just the ideas behind No Way Home was amazing. And then William Dafoe. Just him, like, he just said he went right into Green Goblin.
Norman's on sabbatical, honey.
And then, but there was some things about it I didn't like. But then, like...
What didn't you like?
I don't know. I didn't... The Aunt May scene was weird because she got stabbed by a glider, blown up, and yet she still had enough energy to, like, walk around a little bit. Like, you'd be done. You'd be obliterated.
She didn't get blown up till after.
I thought she got blown up.
No, the blown up and stuff like that's what finally did it.
No, I'm telling you right now. He threw the pump. She got stabbed with the glider. Then he threw the pumpkin bomb in. And she was still, like, up, and then she walked up.
No, because she was already on the ground. Because Peter dove for the pumpkin.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, Jamie Foxx as Electro. I loved him in that. This is the new. You're looking it up?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, of course, The Dark Knight will always hold a special place in my heart. Because that movie with Christian Bale and Heath Ledger, you can't get better Batman than that. But then they made The Batman.
Sorry for y'all listening to the podcast because I know y'all heard that.
Copyright infringement. Norman's on sabbatical, honey. He didn't say honey. But, yeah, he looks badass in that one. Badass. The whole idea of the multiverse is just a concept that just blows my mind. Because now every single Marvel movie, even the bad ones, are now connected through it. You know. So that's why. Just concepts. And just Doctor Strange being thoroughly annoyed throughout the whole movie with Peter.
Yeah. Well, it's his fault. The multiverse. I might actually argue it's Sylvie's fault.
Well, it's a lot of people's fault.
Because if Sylvie had never killed Kang,
Yeah, she couldn't hold her
the one
temper.
who remains, yeah.
That wasn't, I don't know. Like, I can't wait till we get more. That's next year, isn't it? When he comes back in Quantumania.
Mm.
But yeah, and then of course, but that's my ranking. What's yours?
No, once she gets hit by the glider, she's not up and moving.
Okay.
She's up and moving before then because she's standing in front of the door, like getting ready to knock, like try to fight him. And the glider comes in and it hits her and it launches her. And she's laying on the ground. And then he throws the pumpkin. He misses. But Peter hits it enough to where she doesn't get blown up by it.
Okay.
And then she's laying, and then she's just laying there.
I swear I thought she got back up.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Is it Peter or is it Aunt May? Oh, she got up. She's up, but she's moving. Not great, but she didn't get stabbed by the glider. She just got yeeted by it.
You thought she would have lived though. The way she was walking, you thought to yourself.
Well, she was, because she looked like she was just hurt.
And then she making that with great power comes great responsibility. Ability. Very interesting.
Well, sometimes it takes a while. But, she didn't get stabbed by it. She just got yeeted.
Okay. I thought she got stabbed. But what are your rankings?
I'm not going to do it. That was just for you.
Oh, it's just for me?
It was gonna be
you need to do it.
It's going to be for you and Eric.
No, you can't do that. You can't have me do it, then you not do it. Do it.
I can.
But you're not.
I can.
Do it. Come on. Spice us. Spice Lord. You're thinking it's causing dead air. We can't have that.
We'll keep talking. I'm trying to think about it. I'm trying to think what I would put first.
So I am.
Because I know where I want them. I just don't know who. I just don't know what order I want them in.
That
Like I know which ones will be. It's a toss up between 1 and 2, and it's a toss up between 3 and 4. But I know like the things.
interesting.
Because Logan, The Dark Knight would be 1 and 2, and Batman: No Way Home would be 3 and 4. I just don't know what order I want them in.
Huh. All right. Well, while he's thinking, everybody.
Because Logan, I love that movie, and it's for The Dark Knight. I think is a better movie than Logan, but Logan hits you in the feels.
Yes.
Because you grew up with Wolverine.
Yes. 2000 was his first performance.
So like, do I want to go bias?
17 years.
Do I want to go with my heart?
That scared the shit out of me.
They're doing yard work.
But yeah, but see, we need topics. You know, Andrew Perla, thank you. You are no longer considered the fucks.
Well,
But come on, other people, get your shit together.
I'd go Dark Knight, Logan, the Batman: No Way Home. But the Batman: No Way Home, they could switch. Depends on my mood that day.
I do love the Batman. The Batman, I just love that movie. The villain.
My favorite part about the Batman was Colin Farrell as the Penguin.
Yes. Colin Farrell, Paul Dano.
Oh,
and
this
Robert
guy's
Pattinson.
crazy.
Andy Serkis. Hopefully, we see more of him as Alfred. There's just possibilities galore. We got a second one coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Pattinson has the ability to be the greatest Batman of all time, but he just needs more time. I love the suit. I love the Batmobile.
That I struggle with that
Well, you're gonna.
because I grew up with Christian Bale.
We all grew up, but now we're adults now. Our Batman's got to grow.
I'm barely an adult.
Yeah, but you're more responsible than I am. So
I was gonna say you're gonna comment
no, what am I? I'm allowed to.
because we both know the two of us
This is the free country.
who's more responsible.
I'd say I'm responsible in some aspects.
Mm-hmm.
I'm less murdery.
That doesn't mean more responsible.
That's true.
I'm not gonna call you out. I'm not gonna say some things, but just
Yeah, don't even think them because I'm hearing your telepathy and I don't fucking like it.
Well, anyway, happy birthday once again.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And listen up, you fucks.
Oh boy,
I need topics. Okay, topics.
Tupics.
I would say please and thank you, but that would actually imply that you were actually going to do it and your track record.
Okay, he's getting too aggressive on this one. We have a loyal fan base. We just need to grow.
Yes.
All right.
We have listeners in Turkey and Istanbul, but I think I know who that is. I don't know if I can say on air.
Okay, well, tell me after.
But yeah, so we have a listener in Washington D.C. So Biden, if that's you.
Thank you.
Not thank you. Let's get this. Let's get this inflation down.
That's on you. That's you.
Let's get some inflation down.
This is Tucker Carlson.
Some of these gas prices like that. Let's get that. Again, technically the federal government doesn't control gas prices, but they control the oil, so it's like whatever. So it's like let's get that under control. And then maybe I wouldn't be mad at another stimmy.
You don't need it. You know what? I wouldn't be either.
I didn't need the other ones. Still want them. But yeah. Or if it's the FBI, everything I'm saying here is a joke. It's not real. So anyway, this has been another episode of the One Thing About Us podcast. Listen, share, get us out there because I'm trying to grow this thing.
I'm trying to set a footprint.
Also, I'll link it again, but if y'all want to start your own podcast, you can click that link, sign up with that link, and you'll get it's like a $20 Amazon. It's either a $20 or $25 Amazon gift card. I can't remember. And then we get like $20.
Well, and then of course we'll promote you if you promote us.
Yeah, if you have your own podcast, we'll promote you on there. Because we got a friend that they're starting a podcast here soon. We're going to promote them on the podcast. We're going to have them on. They're going to be on our podcast, and we might be on their podcast as like a little promote type thing.
But we're also going to get out there. We're going to be joining the TikTok family soon.
Yeah, we got to get out there, do more stuff on our YouTube.
But we're gonna start expanding when the people that do listen to us come along.
Streaming on Twitch,
Twitch,
and YouTube. Maybe I might stream on our YouTube channel.
But and you know what? As we started this podcast out with, if you need someone to talk to, message us. We'll reach out.
Yes.
There's one thing I like to do, it's talk, and there's one thing Justin likes to do, is talk.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks for
Sometimes.
listening.
Stay sexy.
Stay classy. All right.